Friday morning, A-Bird Freedom Fam, and also newcomers. And that's the subject of this morning's video after watching a large amount of videos that talk about how maybe somebody's first time gun purchase went not the way they wanted it to. So let's instead of beating a dead horse about a big box store or a salesman lying to somebody, let's look at it from the other side. So I'm going to try to help with some of the anxieties of a first-time gun buyer or a new gun owner. In the research that I've done, this is not just flying by the seat of my pants here. Safe handling and accidental use comes up quite often. And the reason for that is because they're learning a new skill and a new mindset. So one of the things that I like to do is I like to go through the function of the firearm. Always start with clearing first. There's no firearms here. This is not a sales pitch. This is just trying to maybe help a first time, or maybe somebody making their second purchase, and maybe their first purchase didn't go that well. So accidental use, firearms theft. This is one that some new gun owners worry about quite a bit because of everything that we hear about firearms being stolen and ending up at crime scenes. So I like to take a minute and go over proper storage and security. And then using a firearm in a self-defense situation. I do not dole out legal advice. This is where the two come hand in hand between accidental usage as well as firearms manipulation. It goes straight into self-defense situations. What I like to do is I do have a couple of firearms instructors local to me here in Lake Havasu City, Arizona. I keep their information right there at the counter. They provide one-on-one training as well as group training. So these are things that hopefully by offering a little bit of open-mindedness and acceptance of the fact that you're dealing with a new firearms owner, you can go through the firearm specifically that they're buying. Go over the loading and the unloading. I do it. I have no qualms about getting snap caps, magazines. I will stand there at the counter for as long as it takes for you to understand how to safely load and unload your firearm. And that brings me to one, is it okay for a new firearms owner to take a long time to make a purchase? Absolutely. Why would you rush into a decision on a firearm? No. If you come in my shop and we discuss 18 different firearms and you want to go home and do all the research that you want to do, by all means, do all the research you want to do. I want my customer to feel as comfortable as possible because I like it when my community members, after you purchase your firearm, of course, you're a member of the 2A community. I like it when they come back in and they share their experiences or they bring a target. So, and there is no question that a new firearms owner can ask that is silly or stupid. That right there makes a lot of people anxious that they feel like they're going to be treated like an idiot when they ask a question. Don't. We've all been there. We've all made mistakes, but we've learned along the way. The best thing we can do is pass it along. How many questions are too many? There aren't. There is no number for that. Knowledge is power. So, and one other thing that sometimes happens is a newer firearms owner will do a bunch of research on advanced shooting techniques. Now they feel that their first firearms purchase isn't good enough. I like to bring them back to the basics. Have them focus on the basics first. Basic safety rules, firearms manipulation, get some training. Everybody talks about training. If everybody that's in the firearms community talks about training, all of us, evidently training must be paramount. So practice at the range. I encourage, matter of fact, I will even tell people in the A-Bird Freedom Support family or in my community what day I will be at the range and what time I'll be at what range here in Lake Havasu. I always enjoy shooting with my customers and seeing them experience their firearms and have a good time, as well as get honest feedback on different firearms platforms from somebody who's handling it for the first time. And it's really hard to not get discouraged. If you buy a Glock 19X on June 1st September 7th, 8th, you see the new double whiz-bang Canuter valve Glock 98. Don't automatically assume that your first purchase was bad. Your first purchase is great. Just because this one is the newest, greatest, latest doesn't mean yours is trash. And also, little tidbit for those that stay to the end, feel free to put a comment, especially if you're considering your first firearms purchase and you have questions, put them in the comments. If you just purchased your first firearm possibly, or maybe your second one, and you have comments on your experience and things that maybe you think somebody in the firearms industry might be able to help with, by all means put that in there. And lastly, if this channel makes it to 100 subscribers, I will pull off a full costume firearm review. In other words, I will dress up in freaking costume head to toe, go to the range, bring a second person to film it, and I will review one of my favorite firearms with a mystery attachment. Other than that, that's all I got. Everybody stay safe, and we're a community. Let's welcome in new community members that want to be welcomed in, and let's encourage them to want to be welcome. So this Friday, it's just about the first time experience or even the new shooter. That's all I got. Everybody stay safe. I'm not going to bore you with drink water. Everybody knows. Other than that, everybody stay safe. We'll catch you again.